Bisonte C45, the tank that everyone's been talking about, and literally everyone says it's overpowered, but I don't think it is. Well, it does have great armor, and when it's hull down, it's nearly impossible to penetrate. But there are a few downsides to this tank that stop it from being overpowered. I'd honestly rate it in the above average or good category. The first thing is, although this tank has great armor while hull down, but on flat ground, it's not that overpowered. And you can't hull down in every situation you're put in. Like on flat ground, you can see how easily this tank becomes penetrable. Even if I pick a tier 8 heavy tank with pretty average penetration, it can still pen the turret easily just by loading heat shells. There's also a pretty easy to hit weak spot on the hull, just below the turret. If I had to pick between the T77 and the Bisonte, I'd go with the T77, because that tank has 2 degrees more gun depression than this one, and it's got insane armor when fully hull down. Plus, it can deal over 700 damage with only a 0.5 second intra-clip difference. And yeah, I do know the T77 is an autoloader, while the Bisonte is an auto-reloader. The downside of the Bisonte isn't the armor. And yeah, I do admit this tank has pretty good armor, but its real weakness is the accuracy. Like, it does have decent damage per minute, but DPM only matters when you can actually make it work, and with this tank, you just can't because of how poor the accuracy is. Even though the stats say the accuracy is good, it really doesn't feel like that when you're actually playing it. I'm even using provisions, and the accuracy still feels bad. I mean, how many tanks do you even see me running provisions on? I don't even use them on the AMX M4 MLA, and that's a tank that gets criticized a lot for its accuracy, but compared to the Bisonte, the AMX actually feels more accurate, even though on paper, the AMX has worse accuracy than the Bisonte. And just so you know, I don't usually use provisions because I'm grinding tech trees, and they eat up a lot of credits. So I only use them on tanks that I really feel need it. The rest of this tank is okay, but I don't know, sometimes when I play it, it kind of feels like the shell velocity is a bit low. But anyway, let's play a few battles. So we got matched against tier 9s, and in this case, this tank's armor isn't going to work that well. This tank's armor is only really effective against tier 8s and 7s. Also, the aiming time on this tank is pretty long. This is literally what I meant by poor accuracy. At even a bit of long distance, this tank misses a lot of easy shots. See? I told you, this tank misses a lot of shots. You just can't reliably pen any tank with even slightly good armor at long distance using this thing. Damn, this tank's aiming time is way too long. That's another perfect example of its accuracy. I fired a fully aimed shot, and it still went a bit low. Stuff like that can literally cost you a battle. I think the game crashed. Well, anyway, I did over 3,000 damage in both battles. The main point of this video was to show that even though this tank has great armor and DPM, there are still a few downsides to it. You just can't use that DPM effectively at long range. In the hands of an expert player, this tank might be a menace in battle, but for an average player like me, it's not all that effective, especially when you're getting matched up with tier 9s. And if the gun works well for you, then maybe I'm just a bad player, who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.